Hey, thanks for stopping by. Health and happiness to you. I'm Skol, and today we're going to do a tabletop review of the Finch Sugarhouse Knife Syndicate series. And this model is called the Jackrabbit, and it's got a jackrabbit shield here. So first of all, it comes in this box. There's a certain series called Sugarhouse, which is prohibition, Great Depression, gangster era, marketing theme for fun. It comes with these stickers in the box. Inside the box, foam form fitted. Knife comes in a bag. And also it comes with a Band-Aid and this warranty. I thought the warranty sounded pretty good, so I'm going to read it. Your knife is guaranteed for life against defects in materials and workmanship. Although misuse and normal wear aren't covered. Think you've got a defective knife? We'll make it right. Dangerously cool pocket knives. Sugarhouse warranty. So there you go. I got Finch was a new company that started in 2019 by two friends. Spencer and Steven are their name. You can go to their website and read more about them. They're located in Kansas, and I didn't have any Finches when I saw this one in person. There was also a red bone version. I wasn't sure which one I liked the best. This black I thought looked classy that had the rabbit shield, and then there was a green one with gold that didn't have the rabbit. I kind of liked the rabbit myself, and then there was a smooth red bone version. So I was 50-50 red bone or carbon fiber. They called it like jazz stripe. You can see some stripes there. So what made me decide was I thought having the red bone come all the way out to the edge of the knife, I wondered if that was less sturdy, like maybe it would crack. So that's why I settled on the black version. But I think I probably overall liked the red version best, and that one sold out pretty quick. And then there were other people that had different reactions. Some people had negative reactions. They saw the black and the silver bunny, and they would think like the old Playboy symbol. Other people thought it looked too cartoony, so they didn't like it. But the green version didn't have the shield. So if you didn't like the rabbit, you could get the green one. The green one sold out after the red one. And I think all three versions look really classy. And that's really why I got this, is just because I thought it looked super classy. I could tell that I liked the handle right away. When I saw the blade, it looked good with the knife. So I decided this was one that I wanted to get, and it was less than $100. So that was a good price. And then since I bought it, there was a video on C. Reisner channel where Austin at traditionalpocketknives.com, he did a hard use test on this knife. He had a red bone version. He did things like cut leather belts and thick ropes, and then he had a big metal can, and he kind of stabbed it and worked his way through the can. Not something you would normally do with a knife, but just showing what would happen if you did hard use. Then he folded it up, and he was using the red bone version, laid it on his driveway, and he had a big truck. He ran right over it with his truck just to see what would happen. So after seeing that video and that the bone didn't crack and the knife was fine, other than from the pressure, cement has like a little bit of sandpaper texture to it. You could see little impressions pushed into the red bone, but other than that, it seemed like it was perfectly fine. So you can go watch that video over at creisner.com, but that kind of showed that I wasn't expecting this to be like a cold steel, but it showed that it had cold steel level toughness, and that just made me like this knife even more. So not only does it look classy, but it's also pretty tough, and it could stand up to anything that I'm going to do with it. So I really like this knife. I also got the leather slip. I got the black with white stitching called the tuxedo version. See over at traditionalpocketknives.com, they have these custom leather slips. So let me fold up and show you. It fits in there real good. This is the standard small size and falls right in there. And I've found myself, these have been out about 6 weeks now. I've been putting this one in my pocket a lot. I just like this knife. So let's do some quick measurements. I've got 3 inches on the cutting length, and then add the ricasso for another 1/2 inch of blade length. And then I got 4 1/4 for the overall handle length. And I'll show you here, that's plenty of length to get your hands on. Something different about this is it's pretty common to have like a little scallop for your index finger. This one kind of has an extended scallop, so it's more like 2 fingers fall on that scallop. So that's where it's most comfortable, and that little hump falls between these fingers. And then you can see all your fingers can land on the scale. But you can also choke up. You could get 3 fingers above there using the bolster area, or you could choke back. I can still get 3 fingers behind. I wear large size gloves, is my hand size. So you get some options, but even if your finger fell like right on that hump, it's not like it's not really getting me even as a hot spot. I can feel it though. You can feel that hump if you're like right on the hump. But if you offset, then you can like really clench down, and then you don't feel it at all. So that's just something different, an extended scallop. And when you've got your fingers down in there, that would give you a good grip for withdrawing the knife. And you got some jimping up here. You can go forward on the bolster and get way out there. Got some good thickness to the blade. I'll show you some detail right here in the 90-degree corners. Fit in there perfectly. And around the back. And down in the channel, everything looks good. And this is a lockback. So normally I don't put, I only put slip joints in leather slips usually. But this is actually a lockback, so you got a spring and a lockback. This is 14C steel, so that's an upgrade. So this is a pretty good deal. And then it's called the Jackrabbit because they have a little marketing thing going on with these stickers. Jackrabbit, Betty Boop, like I said, the Depression era gangster theme. Here I got my gangster hat. And I showed this in my recent video about the Italian stiletto. After I retired from the military and started my civilian job just a couple days later, my first day into the office, I kind of looked like a gangster. So I was wearing a fedora. And I remember it was -4 degrees outside, so in January. And so that's why I have a scarf. But I also had Italian leather gloves and a black tie, so I did kind of look pretty gangstery on my first day in the office. And then I got some other funny stuff to show you. I kind of did some research on John Dillinger, so this kind of spurred me to do some history. So we're naming this after John Dillinger, but he's a gangster, a famous gangster. What did he actually do? What's his history? And I found out his first bank robbery was right here nearby in New Carlisle, Ohio, in the Dayton area. And I had just driven by there about 3 months ago, and I never knew anything famous happened there. So next time I drive through there, I'll think about how John Dillinger, over 100 years ago, was doing his first bank robbery there. And he did 24 bank robberies. The reason he has a positive folklore about him, even though he was a big bank robber, what he would do when he robbed banks is 2 things that people liked. One is he was really polite, and his gang was known for being the polite bandits. He would say thank you to the teller. He would be calm and tell the people, assure them that he didn't want anybody harmed. He just wanted the bank's money, and he wouldn't rob the people, just take the bank's money. He would also go in and destroy all the mortgage documents So this was 100 years ago, before computers, and there were no Xerox machines, so they didn't have backup records. So by destroying the entire vault of mortgage records, he was basically taking thousands of people out of their mortgage. They had no documentation to know who had a debt, how much the debt was, so it kind of let thousands of people off in their mortgage right in America's Great Depression crisis. That kind of helped so many thousands of people that he kind of got a Robin Hood lore about him. And I'm not advocating that or even saying that he's a good guy, because he did kill some people, and he was a real famous gangster. The FBI eventually tracked him down and shot him, and then supposedly his last words were, when he got the fatal shot, he said, "You got me." And then I got one more thing to show you here. So we're not glorifying John Dillinger with this marketing thing. It's just a little fun marketing thing, so I'm okay with that. And here on John Dillinger's page, look at this. This is his, he was born in Indianapolis, Indiana. And this is his gravestone, but you can see it looks pretty new. That's because this is actually his 4th gravestone. So you can see little chips. What's been happening is people come and they chip off a little piece as a souvenir of John Dillinger's gravestone. So 3 have already kind of been destroyed, and this is the 4th one. They're still chipping on it. And why are there pennies all over it? It didn't say anything in the verbiage of why there's pennies all over it. So do they make a wish and leave a penny, or what are they doing there? So next time you go to Indianapolis, Indiana, you know what to do. Just kidding. But if I ever did go do that, you know which knife I would take with me. But that probably wouldn't do something like that. But that's just something fun. So I got little gangster eye candy laying out here. While I had it out, I thought I'd do a review of the Finch Sugarhouse series Jackrabbit, and also because I wanted to get this out while there still had some in stock. You can still get these black ones with the carbon fiber and the rabbit shield, but this Friday, actually this week, is a stag version of this coming out with natural stag. And you can, I saw over on traditionalpocketknives.com, they took pictures of each side and every angle, so you can look at, since each stag handle is different, so you can see which one that you want. You can go pick it out. But that's being released this Friday, so you'll have the black ones still available and the new stag ones released this Friday. So I'm planning on posting a short on Friday when I get the stag one. And there you go. I think I covered everything. I did weigh it. It was 4.4 ounces, and I showed you the measurements. It's a really good knife. I recommend it. So thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the video. Go check out the stag ones coming out this week. And always remember to always carry a knife.